I'm Rob Smith of the Smith and the Black channel here at TikToker, and we're coming into a long weekend. So here in the United States, we're going to be celebrating Independence Day, so the market's going to be closed tomorrow. So some people might be taking off a little early and might have it dry up a little bit here. So be aware of that. So coming into it, what you can see here, if you go lower left, we got here is inside bar on the 60. Right, that's an equilibrium. So for the rest of the day, we want to know which side of this thing we take out. Either 313.85 to the upside, 312.79 to the downside, because you also have that in QQQ here, and you got it in the Dow Jones Diamonds. Right, so either side of these babies come the afternoon, because then we might play a little game at the end of the day. Do you want to hold them over the nice long weekend there? Do you? Yeah. So well, they might lull them to sleep here for a while. But if you go back to the SPY. What do we talk about a lot since I've been here? Tell you what we do. We talk about outside bars, right? So if you go to the weekly up here in the upper middle, you're going to see here, we took out the lows barely. And remember, here was Monday, right? Take out the lows, and then when you come back through previous range, is that what we look for? It is, right? Because this was the reversal, and then the pivot machine gun, take them out, 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 all gone, right? And so there's your outside week. If you go to the 60-minute, you're going to see this. So here's what you're going to want to know about a 60-minute SPY. Here, you see this came up and then took this out. So there's your outside bar. So once it started reversing back through here, if we didn't get a major reversal, guess what we're going? We're going to take them all out, because now this is your outside bar of all that. So you can come into next week. We want to see if we can take this out and stay out, or back through the try she goes again. All right, so that's what we're going to be looking for. All right, now that you understand the outside bars exist, do you? Yeah, because what you can see here in the monthly, still handling an inside month. So as we start off this new quarter and this new month, we want to be looking over the weekend at anything that's not doing that. Right, anybody taking out last month's highs or lows, anything going inside week and then breaking like an apple. Here, going inside week, right, like their upper middle, right? We want to see how you take that out. And so when you put all the pieces, parts together, you're going to see that Apple opens us inside month in the middle, and I'll blow this down here a little bit like this. Monthly, still inside the month, right? And so you can see here today, it's just kind of sitting there, right? So if you're going to take out this week, first of all, next week, it's going to have to take out either side of this, right? It's a whole bunch of doing nothings there. But we had a whole bunch of good stuff this week, certainly Tesla. And Tesla now gaps up here and really took care of business on these guys. And this is, once again, if you go down to the lower middle, last month, what were we looking for? The inside month break. Here it is. And we got that. Then this week, what were we looking for? Upper middle, inside week break. Do we get that? We did. Right? And now you can see on the 60, like a lot of things right now, going to go inside on the 60-minute here. So it pokes up a little bit. We'll see if it can stay there. Keep an eye on these futures. Like I said, these things might dry up a little bit as people go their ways. We had Amazon this week too. And remember, this is what we talked about here. This reversal here, the outside day, then the hammer, and boom, good things tend to happen when you have all colors going green, right? As it rips back through previous range. So now you have an outside week for Amazon. We'll see how that goes. And like a lot of things here, you can go lower left. And you're going to see an inside 60-minute right there. We want to see either side of that. We've got SMH Semiconductors here. You go upper left, you can see the inside day to the upside, right? And so we want to see if that can regroup here. And so here, let me see if we got the 60. Yep, inside on the 60, just barely. So if we're going to see if that pokes back up here, and you can see up the upper middle, it did do the outside week and stall out like a lot of things. But that gives us a whole group to watch. Your Corvo here, and you can see Corvo goes inside in the 60. We'll see if they're going to do that again. You've got your KLACs still inside on the 60 right now. Your LRCXs here, Qualcomm here, and Qualcomm you can see took care of business. And this is why when you can watch a bunch of them, you'll see this upper middle, the outside week, right? So once it comes through there, we're looking to take these guys out, and this had the benefit of this stuff here, right? Anybody short something is going to be against that, and that, boom, there you go. And then you go up the upper left and you can see the inside day to trigger it. Stop them out right here. See that? That's going to give you a potential outside bar, which is this, of that. Can you see that? And then you get your inside day for a little boom, right? And now you've got yourself a broadening formation. Lower lows, lower lows. And there you go. So you can watch it SMH, all those guys together. We had the NUS gapping up here too. And NUS now stalling out, but we'll see how that goes on the 15er. Yeah, a little tricky, but here you can see here, one of the ways to play a gap when you have everything green, as you can see up in here, is that as soon as this ticks down and then comes back into here, you can buy it right there. Real tight stop, but you can do that because as far as we know, all the participants by price and time are all are more aggressive on the buy side. They're taking the offer. So we'll see if there's any that sets up. You've got Akamai doing this, the gap and go, all right? And so you can see, once again, you're going to see a lot of this kind of stuff right here. Ready? Down, go, boom, right there. And we'll see if these things set up. How's that 60 looking? Looks like an inside 60 to me. So a whole bunch of inside 60s. Like I said, we might drop off here just a tad. If you go to Netflix also did its job. Here you can go upper middle. Once that thing goes green, baby, that's going outside weaker, right? And once again, that outside bar countered with hammer and then kaboom. Now it just kind of stalls out after, going into the highs, and we call that exhaustion risk. It did its job. It went back through the range. Then once you go to the highs, then we don't know. So then we can watch for this inside 60 here, right? And you see this outside 60. So if we can take this is back into an old broadening formation. If you can get back above this here, 481.59. Like I said, a lot of things drying up here a little bit. If we go to the Google, if you go to the Googs, and you can see the Googs, I don't think it might quite there, 45. Yeah, it did it. If I was watching, you can see this here, plain as day. The higher highs on the upper left with the lower lows triangle, broadening formation, right? And it actually, you draw it from here because we're just trying to identify outside bars. These are outside of all that, and then these 4 days are outside of all that. Back and forth we go, and so you get that reversal here on the daily. Boom, it's going up there, and it's going to give you the outside week, which it did, right? Like the Facebook stalling out, hasn't made it yet. So we'll see if it can get up there. Here you can see the inside 60 in the lower left, right? And we'll see if that can get up on it, because it can still complete this pattern by going and taking out the highs and not being outside bar. It just ran out of time, right? So if you did that Monday, it's called a compound 3. The outside bar, they just ran out of time because it did it last week. Remember the downside? That was perfect. Here on the daily, look at this, 2-2 reversal on the daily, inside day for the measured move, puke, then gap down on Monday for the reverse, which gives you the potential outside week because it's a new week and now green. The 2-2 reversal on the daily here to get you launching back up into there. So all sorts of good stuff in Facebook. Like I said, drying up here just a little bit. DocU, and you can see here in the upper left, the inside day from yesterday. Boom, still going. So you got exhaustion risk as you're gunning into the highs, but you can see how strong this thing has been and then picking up more steam. We'll see if it comes and gives you anything on a 15er. Okay, we'll bring them in a little bit. Now, if you could take this 15 here, right there, if you can take that high out in the next 15 minutes, 194.80, that would get my attention back higher. But throwing a little caution, as I said, this market drying up a little bit. You got Baidu also from the video last night, doing this inside day to the upside and coming back through previous range. That's something we'd want to know about. And if you go to Baidu on the 60, you're going to see this. This is why we watch the inside bar right here in the lower left, inside 60 and pow. So now we have to see if that sets up again too. PDD, and PDD just green on all time frames. You can see this inside week in the upper middle. Go get, right? We can look at some usual suspects too. We got Clorox. Gonna need some bleach, folks. And you got your inside day to the upside here. Now you have your inside 60, and you got inside day in the upper left, and then inside 60 here in the Clorox to see if we can get outside of that. Some more usual suspects, TWLO. TWLO doesn't stay 60, too strong. I need to get a 30 out of that. There's your inside 30. If you can see this lower left right here, that's how you get in on this thing. And so we'll see if that's going to go. And you can see on the, once again, an outside week up there. The team coming up here, and you can see here's the inside day down in here up in the upper left. Still going. Now you can see it's stalling out here on the 60 though, however. And if you go to the upper middle, you can see once again the outside weeks. All these outside weeks we knew about, right? And that's how you can gauge your magnitude, right? How far is this thing going to go? Because we know outside bars exist. So you've also got usual suspect, I know, jumping around, looking like an inside day here and an inside week, but still moves around enough to keep an eye on some 60s and stuff like that. Now it would be a RevStrat 60 because it got stuck in here. That would take this back to the downside below 2136, because we can expect back and forth movement when you have an inside day and an inside week and starting off as an inside month. BZUN. And BZUN, that's nice. And remember last month we were watching this here because of the inside month and up here. And here's your monthly broadening formation. Remember we talked about this here. There's your inside month and up. Now it's trying to continue back through this previous range. And that's exactly what we want, right? So chop them up in here, starting to move on the daily. We'll see. It was a nice 3 hours, but we'll see if that resets up for us. On the downside, we got some Francesca. Francesca, you can see here, gaps up and then pukes. And once again, you see this daily here? When it pokes up here in the upper left and goes up and comes back through, you can hit it right there. And on a percentage basis, that's a nice puke. If you go to the 30 or 15er, the 30 here, right here, this is a reversal right here. The 2-2 reversal. Then here is the 2 failed goes 3. So when this pokes up there, you can hit it right there as soon as it goes red, because we know outside bars exist. Things still falling apart. If you go to ZI, and ZI, on a day like today, when you have a gap up in the market, one of the things you want to look for is anything taking out yesterday's lows. And the reason behind that is because you want to be trading against people in losing positions, right? So anybody who stayed long this thing overnight in the ZI, they got what they wanted. Market gapped up. But that's not what they weren't so fortunate. As you can see, this outside bar in the 30 down in here, slight shadow, and then boom. See you outside, and then this is a 3-2 continuation here. The outside, and then continue, because this attempted to take out one side of the range and got rejected. And so when it keeps going, that rejection's still working. Right? They're still rejecting all these guys at but big time and sticking it to them. If you go to JP Morgan, and JP Morgan here, you can see on the 30 or on the daily here, takes out yesterday's lows, and you can see here's where all the stops would be. Boom, 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 pivot machine gun. So they've already taken care of those guys. If you go to lower left, you can see the 30-minute, right? And this is what look for right on the opening. It takes out one side of the range, and then boom, 2-2 reversal on the 30 here. Below 94.15. Still having some issues down here. We'll see like a lot of things inside 60, so it would need to get out of there. If you go to GBT, and GBT almost an outside bar. So we can look for that to complete, right? On the daily upper left, you can see that, right? Boom. Now take these guys out. So we're looking to go down, take out, what is that, 66.06 by the course of the afternoon, or compound it and do it on Monday. Broader averages drying up, like I said, going sideways here. You got a lot of inside 60s. You got CTXS inside 60 here near the highs. And so you can see this once again in the weekly, the inside week to the upside. Is that something we look for? It is. Guess what else it's doing? Inside month to the upside, coming to a video near you. And you can find my weekend video and all my video stuff. It's Missing the Black channel here at Ticker Talker, and you go under newsletters, and it's going to have the good library of all the things we talk about here. So look at Lulu, and it's free for you. Lulu, watching this inside day gap up in here. So Lulu for the rest of the day. Below 306.35 is giving us a sell signal. We'll see if it can come down and start working this gap, maybe a little bit more. Just a couple more. We got, let's see here. See how some of these guys are on the Roku. The Roku, here's what you look for on the 60 in Roku. You see this, how it ticks up, and then down here, there's your broadening formation. Higher highs and lower lows, and then boom, right here. That's a 2-2 reversal back up into the highs. So we'll see. Once again, on this weekly here, running out of time to go outside week, certainly thinking about it. And you can remember yesterday's, here's how they triangle them out. I'm going to be long against the pivots. Are you? Bam. And then here, the inside day ripping back through here and now trying to continue to go take that out. So be careful because, it's, like I said, it's going to be it's a long weekend coming up. People tend to leave. Things tend to dry up. So just be aware of that. And if you're celebrating this weekend, have a wonderful and safe 4th of July weekend. That's going to do it for this week. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith in the Black channel here at Semiconductor with the Strat Time Report.
The risk of loss in trading commodity interests can be substantial. You should therefore carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your financial condition, and considering whether to trade or to authorize someone else to trade for you. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.